we all have a brand. It can be a company brand, it can be a personal brand. We all can invest in merch, we can invest in different things, but we just don't do that for, some reasons.
There's a lot of reasons why people don't invest in those things, and it can be time reasons, it can be finance, it can be maybe there's just something that looks like there's more gold in it, and especially as an independent consultant, sometimes other things are just more interesting. There's a couple of things that I could perhaps do or get into that could possibly make me a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if my heart's in them. Right? If I don't believe it's going to be, I enjoy what I do, and I get a lot of value from that enjoyment. And if I'm not going to get that enjoyment from it, is it really,
Yes.
So sometimes there are good reasons for not doing things, and you make those choices. And I think the older I get, the more I realize that there is no right choice. There are a number of doors we can open, and every one of those can be the right choice if you get behind it and deliver it properly. If you kind of walk through one of those doors and go, oh yeah, I'm going to do this thing. These are the people you see on LinkedIn who, 1 week they're an expert in cryptocurrency. The next week they're an expert in AI. The week after they're an expert in 3D printing. And what they're doing is they're just walking through a door, come back, going through another one, come back, going through another one. Or as we say in England, they're throwing shit at a wall and hoping something's going to stick. Get through a door, get behind it, and go for it. And that's I think the right way to go about it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I look at you, I look at myself, I look at a lot of other people who are like, I don't know, since 2019, 20, whatever it is, on LinkedIn, in that space, talking about the same things, right? Yeah. Over and over again. And we, you mentioned a point when you actually get to the point when you are bored with yourself and talking about things. That's actually the point when you started to get the returns of it, right? Yeah. And you need to go for it, because like what happens next is, people come to you inbound. You already created, sort of a awareness, demand. People come to you and they are coming to you asking, do you know about Andy? Did you work with Andy? I listened to him on a podcast, but does he actually know how to do the thing? So they are coming and saying, hey, I talked with 5, with 10 people, and they all said the same name. So are coming.
I think you mentioned about consistency, and it's really important. So if you think my email list, I think has an open rate of about 12%, 13%. It's not great. I wish it was more. But when I say I wish it was more, I wish it was closer to 20. But think about that for a minute. So if I say the same thing all the time and I get my dream and I get a 20% open rate, that means of every 10 people who get that, 8 of them are never going to see the thing I've written. Not going to see it. It'll be swept up. It'll be deleted. It'll be in a junk item. They're on holiday. They're ill. They're doing something else. They're just going to press delete. They didn't see it. And they didn't see the next one or the next one or the next one. So keep banging that drum. Keep saying the same thing. Because as long as, you believe in it and it's still relevant, and keep saying it, keep saying it, keep saying it. So I see we've got a question. Sorry you can tell I host a podcast. I'm like, oh, we've got a question. Sorry, I'll shut up and let you host it, because I think it's about consistency. I was like, oh, maybe that's the time I pick it up. Sorry.
Yeah, it was actually a comment from Boban, because we mentioned consistency, but he said the problem is more in the direction of the presence, considering like the whole brand image.
Look, I think there's nothing worse than being consistently wrong about something, right? So you've got to. I think that's why I say just walk through the door and do it and do it and do it. Yes, that's why I think strategy is important, about making those choices, looking at that data, not too old data unless you're looking for patterns, it's ice cream, but look for the data, look at the options you've got, look at the money you've got, look at the market you've got, and then make a bet, make a decision to chase something, and then be consistent with it. Because yes, if you are incorrect, if it's all wrong, then you just, if you're wrong, right? But I think with marketing, with brand, it's not that there's a one answer. We're not physics, right? There isn't a right answer and a wrong answer. There are various shades along the way, and you can be maybe you would have been more successful if you'd have been a little bit more right, but I think you can still be moderately successful and then course correct and be a bit better and a bit better.